Welcome to Mr. Foster's online U.S. history presentation for back to school night. Fortunately, I have a family situation that I have to attend, so I will not be at back to school night. But this presentation is basically the presentation I will be going over with you in class. So here we go. The website that your child will need for his online U.S. history class is Odysseyware website. It can be found at the site here, cnusd.owschools.com. They log on there. It is their normal login that they would use at school. If they are at home and they are having problems with logging in, they need to use their school email address, which is their student ID number at students.cnusd.k12.ca.us. And that will give them access to the Odysseyware website and their classwork that they need to do for their online U.S. history class. This class, it is super important that the students stay up to date with their material. It is all about time management. Everything in this class is done by the student at home or anywhere else they have access to a computer. They must stay on pace. I'll be showing you in a moment the pace in which they are supposed to maintain to finish this class at the semester break. If they fall behind, it will affect their grade. If they fall too far behind, it will affect their grade and they will be dropped out of this class and put into an in-class U.S. history class. If your student is working ahead, and they are allowed to work ahead, they can actually finish slightly earlier than the semester if they work ahead, but they can work up to 1 unit ahead. If, for example, right now we are in Unit 1, and they finish Unit 1 and work on into Unit 2, that is acceptable. But they must wait until Unit 2 is activated before they can move on to Unit 3. They are not allowed to rush through this and finish it in a weekend. It is a decent amount of work, and so working 1 unit ahead will put them on a good pace to finish this class. Work requirements. They are required to finish all lessons and assignments with a 70% higher grade on all lessons and assignments in order to move on. They are required to turn in 1 page of Cornell notes per lesson in a spiral notebook at least 2 days before the date of the test. If they turn their notebooks in with their Cornell notes 1 day beforehand, their test will be late. I need 2 days in which to review their notes and to get them back to them before I can open up their unit test. If they are late, they lose 10% of their grade per school day until it gets finished. This is their schedule. There are a lot of things. As you can see here, there are different assignments. There is reviews or lessons, and then there are quizzes and essays and other quizzes that go through this. They have access to each and every one of these until they get to the test. The test is the last thing between each unit, and I am the only one who has access to allow them to take their test. In order for them to take their test, they need to have completed each lesson and essay with a 70% or higher grade. The essays need to be turned in before they turn in their notes so that I have a chance to grade them and wish to move them on to the test. Unit 1 test has actually been pushed back. These dates are not quite accurate. Due to the fires, we had to push back the start of school date, so these dates are actually slightly off. They have an extra week in which to finish their Unit 1 test. So instead of being due on September 5th, it is due on September 12th. Every other date, though, is on the same time frame. You can see that they need to finish Unit 2 by the beginning of October. They need to finish Unit 3 by the middle of October. Unit 4 needs to be finished by the essentially Thanksgiving break. And Unit 5 needs to be finished before the semester finals. As I said earlier, they can work 1 unit ahead. I'm not counting Unit 6 as their final unit, that is their final exam for the semester. so they could finish Unit 5 and 6 ahead of schedule. Now, if you still like to meet after reading or going through this presentation, I will be available on Wednesday, September 5th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. in my classroom F208. If you'd also like to get reminds about when your students' work is due, please sign up for the remind for my class. To do that, you text the @ symbol, FOSOLUS, to, and then put this in the send box, 81010. So you will send the message @FOSOS Online US History to 81010. I thank you for your time, and I look forward to working with you and your students throughout the semester. Have a great day.